Hey there, this is Matt with State of Flux, here with a review for Stranger Things Season 1. Now, I'm coming to Stranger Things as a complete noob. I have not seen this show, shy of seeing the pilot twice a couple of years ago. I'll probably get into that later. Anyway, so I know virtually nothing about this series. I know one or two things about each season, but nothing significant. I know, largely who the cast is and stuff, but that's kind of it. I don't know any major events that happen in this series, so I was going into it quite blind. So I think it'll be fun for me at the end of each video to make wild projections of what the next season has to offer. But kind of going into Stranger Things Season 1 was neat. I tried watching it first when it originally aired. I watched most of the first episode with my wife, but she kind of got bored and hopped off, and she just wasn't feeling it, so we didn't continue. Tried to pick it up a couple of years later, and the same thing happened. Wife hopped off halfway through, and we like to watch things together, so it just didn't really happen. But I was like, no, this time the final season's coming out. I promised myself that I would watch this show because I think I'll love it by the time the finale airs. I want to have seen everything. So this is me coming to it. I managed to get my wife to actually watch the whole first episode this time around, and it's a great first episode. It kind of hypothesizes what would happen if Steven Spielberg directed the works of Stephen King. Really captivating, or capturing that 80s, early 80s, it said 1983, right? That early 80s tone and feel. Authentically. It absolutely feels like this was just plucked from them then, and you can watch it now. And it's really cool. The vibes that this show gives are fantastic, but the characters are also where it's at. You have a compelling in with the Will character, him going missing and you don't really know what's going on, and how the story unfolds over the course of the first season is really neat. And the Duffer brothers are good at building this mystery and whatnot. Not necessarily great at executing answers to the mystery, because I think there's quite a bit left ambiguous over the course of Season 1, and I'm assuming that's where the later seasons come into play. But the Duffer brothers are also really quite gifted at character and character interaction. They develop all these characters that you really quite like. They feel like they could be a little cardboardy, but then they have more texture, and they feel like real authentic people in that not everybody's wholly good and not everybody's wholly bad. Everybody has that capacity to be both and act on it. You even have your asshole character played by Keery. God, why can't I remember character names? It's because it's late at night. Not John Kerry? No, he's a presidential candidate. Joe Keery. There we go. I knew I'd get there. You have your a-hole character who seems to be exclusively that until he's just kind of not, and becomes one of the team, and the resolution to his story is actually kind of interesting and atypical of what you would get in these kind of stories. But I think all the characters across the board are really strong, and I really quite liked it. That being said, I will say this. I watched the whole of Season 1 and I really liked it, but at the same time, when I finished that final episode, I was like, this was the show that took the nation by storm? Yes, it's good across the board. I have no complaints. And that last episode especially is the best episode of Season 1. But I also wasn't, blown away to the point that, a lot of people seem to be, for this to have had such a hold on, or a cultural impact. seemed a little strange to me. Maybe the later seasons get better. But from the people I've talked to in like my work sphere, this is considered to be the best season of the show. So I guess we'll see where that comes up. But I really liked the whole of this, but I think it really comes together in those final 2 episodes. There's this constant build towards something, and you see echoes of the influences on the Duffer brothers in here. There's stuff that's very Thing-y, there's stuff that's very E.T. and the kids on bikes of it all. But also there's like this Firestarter component, and it's like they took all the stuff that really influenced them in the year 1983 and the years that led up to it, and distilled it into one kind of perfect season of television that kind of encapsulates the feel of the genre films of that era, and that is impressive. You have good characters across the board. My favorite being Nancy. I was totally a Nancy dude. She's a fantastic character. I also love Dustin. Dustin's great. Mike and Eleven, they're all fantastic. Though one of the things that I've heard is that Mike is the biggest asshole and he sucks. That said, based on what I'm seeing here, I like Mike. Mike's great. Maybe that's one of those things that, you know, people change over time, and maybe Mike is destined to be an asshole. But right now, I like Mike. I like all the characters. Winona Ryder is good, and having her here is pretty cool. She does seem to overact it just a smidge, but she is such a gifted actress. Seeing her in this just kind of made me happy. But all the performances are fantastic. I really quite like them across the board. And I'm excited to launch into Season 2. There's Season 1, if it had just ended, has a really strong emotional conclusion. The goodbye of Eleven to Mike is a strong way to end this this first season with a bang, and it does really hit you emotionally. But as does the having the mother and son reunite when Winona Ryder finally finds Will, and Hopper is fantastic. He's really quite a good, compelling character, as they all are. But if Season 1 had ended with this last, I get it. It would have been a great ending. But there's just enough threads to continue that I'm excited to see where it's going to go. I'm not necessarily sure where. I guess we're going to see probably what happens with that little slug thing that Will throws up. Are there going to be more of them? I would imagine 11 comes back, because I think Millie's in all these seasons, right? And I don't know. Is it going to pick up kind of right after it left off, like after Christmas, or are we going to do a time jump? I know the kids rapidly age, and it's something that like James Cameron made fun of, and why he shot all of his Avatar movies at the same time is so that a Stranger Things effect wouldn't happen. Yeah, so I imagine we're going to see something more with maybe like the Upside Down, and Will probably having trauma from that. 11 and Mike will reunite, but maybe he'll be mad about it or something. I don't know. I really don't know where Season 2's gonna go. Is Hopper gonna try to expose what's going on with the Underground to the other people in Hawkins or whatever? I don't know. I mean, I'm very excited to see where this show goes. Please, no spoilers in the comments area down below, because I would like to have fun watching this. But I'm really looking forward to Season 2. So I should have a review for that up in about a week's time. I'm hoping to have all of the series reviewed for November, or not November 1st, for January 1st, I think, is when the last episode is set to air. And I hope to have a review for that up around then. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought of Stranger Things Season 1. Is it the best season of this show? I've heard kind of unanimously that it is, which is a little disappointing because I wasn't as blown away as some people seem to be. But I'm looking forward to seeing what comes next. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Peace!